All across America, people are dedicating their lives to giving back.
You're gonna make me cry.
From executive producer Blair Underwood, this is Give.
Thank you so much.
Each week on Give, Blair, Jenna Bush Hager, or one of their celebrity friends drop in on two small but mighty charities that are making a big impact.
Can you believe that? From the pit to the palace?
They'll discover what makes these two charities so effective and what they each need to do even more good.
Good boy.
Working with some of the world's greatest givers, our celebrity ambassadors will have to make tough decisions on how to distribute grant funding between the two charities, so we can present each of them with a surprise gift. Plus, each organization will become a champion charity on the Unite for Good network.
Unite for Good connects people to charities, so together they can make the world a better place.
Today on Give, actor Wilmer Valderrama visits two Los Angeles area nonprofits helping military veterans find stable and fulfilling lives as civilians. It's time to make some good things happen on Give.
I'm here in Los Angeles, California. I'm about to visit two organizations, Team Rubicon and Pets for Vets. One day I decided to reach out to the USO, and I said, hey, I'd like to visit the troops. And I brought a comedy show. If the very least I can do is go out there and make them smile or crack a joke, I thought, that's something that should be a natural extension of my career. So today, I've been given $50,000 from the Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation to split between these two organizations. Now here's the catch. They have no idea that I'm coming with this gift.
Wilmer arrives at the first charity, where he'll operate under the ruse that he's researching a role for a film about an ex-soldier.
Hey, how are you?
Great, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Drawing on years of experience as an animal trainer, Clarissa Black founded Pets for Vets in 2009 with a mission to pair veterans struggling to adjust to civilian life with rescue animals who become their devoted companions.
And we're here to meet two of our veterans and their dogs to check in with them and see how they're doing.
I'll follow you.
Excellent, let's head this way. So a little bit about Pets for Vets. We match the personality of the clients that we work with, veterans, to the temperament of the animals that we work with to create what we call a super bond, so that they can help with things like post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, results from exposure to traumatic events, including, but not limited to, combat and war.
This is Wilmer, and he's here to meet you all and learn a little bit about Pets for Vets.
Hi, Wilmer. Nice to meet you. Honored to meet you, guys. So tell me a little bit how the pairing process works. I think that's so fascinating to me.
So this is not a one-size-fits-all program, and that's what makes us so unique. It's almost like a matchmaking service between dog and human.
Absolutely. I needed to find a special kind of therapy that was going to work for me, and one thing I've always connected to was a dog. And when I discovered the PTSD programs, that are available, this one is what really appealed to me. I'm a 10-year veteran of the U.S. Army. I was hoping to make it a lifelong career, but when my career ended, I suddenly had to make a totally new change, and I did not adapt very well. I went through a 3-year period of homelessness. I was embarrassed, but I reached a point where I had to recognize that pride only goes so far. There are people out there that can help.
When I met Gordon, one of the things that he said to me that really stood out was he was feeling very isolated from meeting people, and he really needed that companion, that buddy, to kind of push him to that next step.
It's not easy to come back home and be like, all right, finally I'm home and sleeping in my old bed. The truth of the matter is that they're different. They evolve into someone else. And to remind them of who they are while still embracing who they've become, it's tricky.
Dogs are wonderful icebreakers, and you don't have to focus on talking to somebody else. You can talk about your dog. You don't have to think about how do I communicate with somebody.
The most important thing Suki provides is the comfort and that social interaction, as well as provide me with a sense of security because of my anxiety.
So wonderful. On the day that you guys were placed, she jumped right up onto the couch next to you, put her paw on you. It was eyes only for each other from that first moment.
And it's been like that ever since.
Who would think that something as simple as adopting dogs could inspire you to get not only your life back together, but to love living again.
Coming out of the military was kind of tough. I missed the camaraderie and the structure telling me where I need to be, telling me what to do.
When I met Casey, he was having a difficult time out in public, and he was also feeling very isolated at home. And so when I went out to find Jazzy, I was looking for a dog that had the ability and that energy level to go hiking with him, but was also keeping an eye on Casey and seeing what it was that he needed. And then we enhanced that by teaching her to be able to recognize if he was starting to feel a little bit anxious.
Sometimes I just have bad thoughts in my mind, reflections of the past that I didn't really enjoy. When I have that, then I have Jazzy there. She'll calm me down. She'll show me love and loyalty. And with that, it makes me feel like I'm at home, safe and secure.
Sometimes we see a service dog in a plane, and some of us might have different reactions to it. But I don't think none of us actually would have understanding of the purpose that dogs have in someone's life.
I built confidence from a dog. I was homeless. I was living in a tent. I wasn't sure which direction to go. My life has changed so much since then. I got a job, meeting my wife now, and my family started as soon as I got Jazzy.
Where do you envision this going?
So we have 35 chapters nationwide. My goal would be to have one in every state, to be able to be everywhere that there is a veteran that would like to have a Pets for Vets dog.
Thank you guys very much for sharing your story tonight.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Coming up, Wilmer meets veterans using skills they learned in wartime to save lives at home and abroad.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
Wilmer just visited an organization that helps vets rebuild their lives with the aid of a loving pet. Now he arrives at Team Rubicon, where a group of veterans track natural disasters in real time and coordinate first responders.
Good morning, everybody. If we could just assemble over here, got a couple of announcements. Jake should be here in a couple of minutes, but in preparation for that, if we could go ahead and break off into our groups.
Jake Wood, a 10-year veteran of the Marine Corps, co-founded Team Rubicon in the aftermath of the earthquake that devastated Haiti in 2010. His goal, to recruit, train, and deploy military veterans as volunteer first responders, wherever and whenever disaster strikes.
Hey, man, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Thanks
How
for
are you?
having me, brother.
Let's go introduce you to some of the team.
Sounds good.
There's really no other disaster response organization out there that is deliberately recruiting military veterans, repurposing their skills and experiences to help people. And we think it's what makes us unique. You know, these are men and women who have a lot of experience in tough situations, and they've brought that attitude, and it's really imbued itself throughout all layers of the organization.
All right, hey guys. We got a special guest joining us today. Let me introduce you to Wilmer.
Excited to meet you guys.
We just had a couple of our staff members come back from North Carolina and Greece. Raise your hand, who just came back from some of those ops? Yeah, so we've got a couple people that are gonna kind of break out and talk about their experience. Jeff, Michael, why don't you come over here? The analogy that we're starting to use is that this is kind of a 21st century volunteer fire department. We're trying to increase the resilience of these communities and bring people together in service in a way that really hasn't been reimagined in the last 150 to 200 years.
We'd love to have these guys share with you some of their experiences that they've been having. Jeff actually has been spending a lot of time with a refugee clinic that we've been running in Greece.
Yeah, I was able to go into these camps and set up free Wi-Fi for them, very limited.
One of the most beneficial impacts for me personally is working with people who are directly affected by the wars, being able to help them in a transition period to make their lives just a little bit better.
You take a guy and you give him a new uniform, a new mission, and you send him to, a community that needs him again, and suddenly he rediscovers what he's capable of.
If I have these experiences that I can use to help others, then that's what I want to do.
When you leave the service, you take off that uniform and you hang it up, you lose three things, really, and that's identity, purpose, and community. And, you know, I was struggling on a day-to-day basis and very depressed. I was sitting in a cubicle farm. It was life-sucking. I would spend my lunch break in my truck just pondering, like, why am I doing this? It was a lonely, dark time. And over the course of the years, you know, everything sort of fell apart until I found Team Rubicon. In 2013, we got deployment orders to Moore, Oklahoma. It was our largest operation to date. Since joining Team Rubicon, I've deployed to Oklahoma, to Washington State, to Nepal, to the Philippines.
So it's going to be your responsibility to...
Deployments are exciting. It's all about just putting your heart and soul into helping that community heal. And as soon as we hit the ground, I was back in uniform.
Yeah.
I was with just, you know, brothers and sisters who I had served with, or, you know, I just had that bond. It was like that unspoken bond.
That is what's exciting about the organization. Understanding your strengths, you know, and then helping your weaknesses get stronger. That is what feels very clear about what you guys are doing.
When I got back from Nepal, the organization reached out to me and they offered me the job to come on board and run the Clay Hunt Fellows program.
What's up? Tell me who you are. My name is Clay Hunt. I'm just here because I'm needed here.
Clay Hunt was my good friend. We served together in Iraq and Afghanistan.
How do you know Jake? He was the best man at my wedding. Best friend for the last few years.
Clay was an amazing man, full of life. He struggled with PTS every day. And in 2011, he lost that battle.
Founded in Clay's honor, the fellowship gives a select group of Team Rubicon volunteers the opportunity to deepen their relationship with the organization through a disaster management leadership training program that also helps them heal the emotional wounds of war.
I was a Clay Hunt Fellow, and had I not found Team Rubicon, let's just say I'm happy to be here.
I think a lot of veterans get out, and often the memory of those that they left behind on the battlefield are with them. And I don't think that's any different for the people here. But I think every day the people here are working for the people who are still around to make sure that they have a better life moving forward. Because if we dwell in the past, then we're not moving forward. When people hear our story, they're inclined to do one of two things. They're inclined to either join our cause and volunteer, or they're inclined to give and support it. So, you know, just really getting the word out about who we are and what we're doing is I think, the most important challenge we face right now.
What Jake has done here has been incredible, you know, to be able to use the strengths of our men and women to not only help as first responders, but at the same time, give them purpose. It's inspiring.
Next, Wilmer returns to Pets for Vets to award them with a gift.
That's so amazing. Thank you.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
Wilmer has seen two important organizations at work, but his job isn't over.
It's all about helping that community heal.
Now he must consult with the Give panel and determine how to divide $50,000 between them.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hi, Wilmer.
How you guys doing?
Hi, Wilmer.
Today's panelists are Joan Gary, one of the nation's top consultants and charity bloggers. Alex Cohen, co-founder and president of the Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation. And Jeannie Molino, executive director of the foundation.
Well, I've had quite an incredible day today. I got to meet people behind two amazing organizations, Team Rubicon and Pets for Vets.
I can only imagine it was a pretty emotional day, thinking about these men and women who have served our country with such grace and dignity.
What did you think about the Pets for Vets organization?
I felt like it was very emotional for me. You know, hearing the veterans, you know, telling me their stories from when they were homeless to now having a kid, and the dog has seen all of it through.
The pet and the vet create a very special bond. I would love to hear more about how Clarissa is doing that.
She's saving two lives, right? She goes to shelters and she finds this incredible dog that she knows for a fact will be the match for the veteran.
Giving them this pet who they've saved gives them a real purpose and gives them an opportunity to get back to living.
It also gives them something to be responsible for, to love, and to take care of.
Such an innocent creature that all he wants is love and to live life. To me, the spirit of both of these organizations were beautiful.
Okay, so now Team Rubicon. What was the impact you saw there?
What they do is that they've been able to use the skills of our veterans, and train them to be first responders.
So they're serving a dual purpose, helping veterans readjust into civilian life and have a purpose here, and at the same time, they're helping civilians when there's a disaster.
Exactly.
They have been trained to deal specifically in crisis situations.
So we have $50,000, right? They're both doing extraordinary things. They're both equally, bringing new life and a new road to veterans. So it's hard to say. One is more of an emotional journey. The other one's a sense of purpose, right? What do you guys think?
So with Team Rubicon having these amazing initiatives that are probably going to cost a lot of money, I would hope that a higher percentage of the funds goes to those two initiatives.
I believe that Pets for Vets needs more of the funding because it'll be a bigger impact for them since their budget is not as big, and it would make a bigger difference in the lives of veterans and the animals as well. You got a tough call.
This was the hardest part, but it's the best part.
Thank you.
Have fun.
With his mind made up, Wilmer heads back to Pets for Vets to surprise them with a big gift.
All right, guys, I'm back.
It's been incredible to see you after, 4 years?
I'm totally thankful.
Hey, guys.
I'm back.
Hi.
I felt like I needed to tell you guys something.
You missed us a little bit, right?
I just wanted to tell you how inspired I was by your stories and how brave you guys are to share it. I'm part of a TV show called Give, and on behalf of Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation, I'd like to present you guys with $25,000 for your org to continue to do the great work that you guys are doing.
That's so amazing. Thank you.
Of course. No,
It's been so incredible to have the support of people who want to help our veterans and our dogs, and it's just from the bottom of my heart, I'm so appreciative of it because I get to keep doing what I love doing and helping our veterans and our dogs.
Okay, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Next, the giving continues at Team Rubicon.
Hey, guys, I'm back. Hey! You guys are so happy to see me.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC.
$25,000 so you guys can continue your efforts and helping everybody.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks. I feel great. I mean, we walk in every day wondering how we're going to fund our mission, and so to have someone show up with a $25,000 check in their pocket makes my job easier. Thank you for coming in and being an ambassador for the Cohen Foundation, and man, we can't wait to see this when it airs.
Absolutely, man. So thank you guys very much, and you guys, man,
Thank you.
for everything you guys do. It gives me hope that we're moving in the right direction, that at least, independent, organizations are doing a fantastic job at figuring out how can we welcome our men and women? Can we give them places to be? Can we give them purpose again? Can we inspire them to continue to live? It gave me peace of mind that there is places, there's people that are doing something about it.
With the $25,000 gift, Pets for Vets will match 10 more struggling vets with loving dogs and help people and pets enjoy longer and healthier lives.
I've seen myself at a better position where I'm able to lift up a veteran, and to me that's extremely important. Sure.
The $25,000 gift to Team Rubicon will be used to support vets deployed where they are needed most, allowing them to help others and heal themselves at the same time.